Good evening, RPG Limit Break, and welcome to the Final Fantasy Randomizer Winter Dab Tournament. My name is Lord Fizzlebeef, and I'm joined by Wout. How's it going, Wout?
It's going pretty well. We have, what I can definitely describe as a race that is going to happen.
It's going to happen to all of us, whether we wanted to or not. We have on screen Dem0nfr0g versus Dwight, and they decided to gentleman's agreement themselves into 4-Forced. We see the 4-Forced as Fighter Thief, double black belt. Thoughts?
Well, as we discussed before things got rolling, there's only a handful of lines that they can do. They force each other to do top left to bottom right. Dark Moon.
So, yeah, there's only like 4 lines on here that they can do, and there's a couple that are like, maybe they could do kinda sorta-ish if the stars align, but we're gonna assume 4, and I have a feeling that the ones that we're gonna be focused on are gonna be both of the diagonals. So, we've got hit level 40 on at least one character. Not the biggest deal when we've got a black belt in the crew, right?
Not so fast, my friend. Not to jump ahead, but I believe that there is a square that will make that complicated.
A little bit. So we've got do not use fast. We've got a 50-50 chance we can't even cast it anyway, so hoorah. Now we've got promote as soon as possible. That is the wrinkle for black belts. The rules state on promote as soon as possible that once you have or know where both floater and tail are, you have to put in a good faith effort to just drop everything and just get those as fast as possible. Technically, this can mean if you only know where the tail is and you find a grind spot, you can just grind to your heart's content before you promote, and you'll be fine because you have no idea where the floater is. Reverse floater and tail, that's also possible. But if we run into King Floater Princess Tail, well, that's gonna be awkward.
I mean, at least you still have the fighter and the thief to fall back on.
It's true. It's true.
But, yeah, I'm guessing that with that hit level 40 and 2 black belts, they are in the rare position of hoping and praying for, if an early tail, a super late floater.
So after that, we've got visit every room on Lich 1 floor. Doesn't seem like the biggest of deals, but given that we start these seeds with 4 free orbs, that means we actually have to go find the rod so that we can do this, which is a bit of a time sink.
And then there's C, Poison Elemental Skill or Spell, also known as... Okay, what are the Poison Elemental skills and spells again?
Poison damage, poison... stone poison. Stinger?
Okay, that was not actually a question, Fizzle, but thank you for clarifying for everyone.
And then Bracker Bane. Toxic is Death Element.
Yeah, no, there are actually plenty of poison skills. Like, it's all in the document. It's just like... It's like with the status spells, where it's just like, what are those again?
So, out of the gate, we've got not a whole heck of a lot we can equip these characters with that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. Bad weapons, nothing good out of the heal shop. Temper for when we eventually get a ninja, and Life and Cure 2 for when we eventually have a knight.
Yeah. And Lock 2 if you just decide that you'd rather hit things than hit them hard.
Oh no! So Dwight gets the first piece of the best puzzle of all time, Kingtail.
Okay, we are officially in Dwight sitting there going, please be a ship seed, please be a ship seed, please be a ship seed.
So Dwight gonna take some imps real quick. Dem0nfr0g storming off to Temple of Fiends. What do we think we're going to find? We've got black belts with very little health. We've got black belts with very little health, and that's due to class blurring. So let's go over some of the stuff, some of the fun things that we have real quick. So let's start with fighters. They've got plus 10% hit. That's one of the best bonuses in the game. They've got plus 20 MDef. That's pretty really amazing. They can't wear ribbons.
Good thing they have that MDef then.
The thief can use a katana pre-promotion and has plus 7 to luck, so auto run from everything. They've got black mage agility.
That is definitely a thing.
And lastly, we've got, for the double black belts, we've got plus 10 vitality and plus 10 agility, but they start 30 HP in the hole. Ooh, free pro ring.
I was about to say, but right before Dem0nfr0g pulled up that menu. Wait, does that mean the black belts have single-digit health right now?
It sure does. I believe they have 3 health?
I'm seeing 3 for at least one of Dem0nfr0g's.
Yeah, it's real bad right now, but with that plus 10 vitality, like, by the time they hit level 3 or 4, you won't notice the starting deficit anymore.
Yeah, like you can see with the one black belt that's still standing on Dem0nfr0g has 34 HP.
Mhm.
But, that is a heck of a way to start.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think he did at least find a cursed weapon for the fighter.
Okay. Okay.
In one of the other chests there in Temple of Fiends, so he's got something, I think. But it's a cursed weapon, so it's like only marginally better than just punching Garland right now. And only because of the way that non-black belts calculate damage when attacking unarmed versus attacking armed. And Garland knocks someone out, and Dem0nfr0g has decided he's gonna go find something else to do. Let's see if Dwight has more luck.
Ooh, demon off to Dwarf Cave. See if we can get some fancy stuff out of the first 2 boxes. As Dwight takes on Garland.
Oh look, a cabin that's going to taunt him for the rest of the seed. He resets right out of that. Now, while neither of them is forced to use no cabins or houses, considering the fact that row 1 is one of the only lines they can do, I have to assume both of them are very eager to leave that option open until they have no choice.
Pretty much, because our alternative is, so we're doing the diagonal, so we still have to do center square. We also have to do kill 3 dragons, which they're kind of sometimes difficult to track down, but usually not the worst. And then the other thing we'd have to do in that row is buy one of everything at the caravan, which, I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, that's really only a problem if you have early caravan, and if you have early caravan in this seed, considering they both have the tail, that's not what they're complaining about.
It's the I like leaving options open because the diagonal, I mean, it reads easier, but it's all about doing things, whereas row 1 is about not doing things and then hoping things happen to you. So I like keeping the options open.
And an early ribbon just to taunt them even more.
Thief is unironically the best member of this party at this low level.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things. I feel like right now, row 1 is by far the best option they have, if only because that equip no swords tile on the bottom left, top right diagonal, like, that's doable, but do you really want to do it?
No.
No, no one wants to do it. This is Final Fantasy 1, aka, hey, you better use swords because every other weapon class is garbage.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we can look into light axes, I guess.
It would have to be a light axe +3 or better for it to be worth it.
And Dwight bounces out of the Garland boxing match.
Yeah, no, that Garland is pretty hardy, and it doesn't help that neither of them really has the ability to hit him very hard.
Mm-hmm.
Though Demon's going back for another shot. I think he either bought or found something, I think, that might improve his fighter's damage output.
Mm-hmm. I saw 2 hits, 2 damage. I saw 2 hits out of the night. Big 59 damage swing out of Garland. 2 hits, 64 damage, I think. So Dem0nfr0g the Knight is going to be taking... There we go. Down goes Garland with the power of the mighty Silver Hammer. Oh, show me Floater.
Please be Floater.
Show me Floater.
Get those bless RNGs for Floater. Aww.
Okay. Oh, well, it's not a Floater now.
Yeah, it's not a Floater yet. You're right. So yeah, it looks like Dem0nfr0g is going to try to go clang clang as long as he can.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, chat, just go ahead and get those bless RNGs out for seeing what we can do about
Ooh, and it looks like Dwight has also decided he vendored his free pro ring so that he could buy a silver hammer. I'm expecting him to go back to TOF shortly, as Dem0nfr0g is rounding the corner headed towards Dwarf Cave. Oh, I want Floater. Give me Floater.
We all want Floater. Look, they did this to themselves, okay?
It's true. They did this to all of us.
Well, yes, but they could have chosen to, you know, do a normal person thing and see the card and then select a party.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they randomized the party before they saw the card, and this is what they get.
Snubbing the Hooray Dwarf too. That's a rookie maneuver. You hate to see it. What do we got? Key. Okay, no, wait, the dream is still alive.
Yeah, no, we're going back to Canaria. I do appreciate how the seed is, like, just handing them all sorts of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Comment in chat. They need the floater and the canoe. Not actually true. In this flag set, we have the boat dock available at the airship desert, so we don't actually need canoe to get into the air. And with both of them needing that promote as soon as possible tile, they are one unfortunate floater away from dropping everything and then just throwing all the MDEF out the window.
Okay, that equip no swords tile has just become a lot easier for Dem0nfr0g. And probably Dwight as well. There is a Cat Claw +2 in that Dwarven Treasury.
Yeah. Question chat, is the Cat Claw a sword? No. Technically, if we were to think of it, like, as a conceptual weapon, I would consider it either a fist weapon or a dagger, but it's definitely not a sword.
If we're thinking of it as a conceptual weapon, it would be imposing its reality on the enemies. Although I guess it is imposing the reality of they are now dead, and probably got critted a good bit in the process.
I mean, it's also imposing the reality of mom said I can't use swords, so this is the best I can do.
I mean, it's one of those things, you know, everyone loves cat claw strats.
It's true.
Unfortunately, I don't think you can't equip it until you promote, but
Correct.
Considering that we're pulling for him to have to promote here in a minute...
Alright, come on, here we go. Floater. Show me floater.
I guess this is that leads to the follow-up question, is the katana considered a sword?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Dream is still alive. We can go to Crescent and find a floater. I'm banking on this so hard, you have no idea.
Oh, yeah, no, like, I want to see them have to sit there and go, well, crap. I either need to grind my black belt now, or...
I mean, that's really the thing. Do we take our canoe party to Volcano and hope that armory tiles are a thing we can grind on, in the hope that we dodge the floater bullet waiting for us in Crescent?
I mean, at this point, oh, they have to go check BK too.
I thought I saw someone defeat pirates, did I not? I might not have. Okay.
I don't think anyone's, like, Demon went to Matoya and then went back, and I don't think Dwight's crossed the bridge yet.
Okay. Well, Dem0nfr0g might get us our first Bicky reward. Are we going straight in? No, we're gonna look at all the magic we can't have yet. What do we got over here? Harm 4?
Heal 2.
Sure.
I didn't see the other two.
Nuke. Level 2 nuke. Okay. That's not bad.
And level 2 saber.
Yeah.
So, the thief continues to be the character in this party with the highest potential. Because that cat claw plus 2, access to temper and saber, and cat claws are viable. So yeah, we are almost certainly going to see cat claw strats out of this seed.
Yeah.
Someone go grab, I don't even remember who's into cat claw strats anymore. I mean, besides me, I'm into cat claw strats.
And it's a cat claw plus, it's even better.
Yeah, the plus 2 actually makes it from, like, kind of a meme strategy to actually being like, yeah, no, this is actually, like, this is a weapon that you actually can take to the end game and not feel like you're just doing it for the memes.
Yeah. If I recall my stats correctly, that takes it from a silver sword but slightly better that you paid 1,000 times the price for, to up near potentially ice sword territory?
I think cat claw starts close to ice sword territory, so I think that pushes it up to sun sword.
It's not that good. I don't think it's that good. I don't remember it being that good.
I think it's on par with an ice sword with a slightly better crit rate, but I'm sure someone in chat has already pulled it up to tell me I'm actually won't.
Hey,
Alright, Vanilla ship.
We can take our boat of sadness all the way over to Crescent. Ooh, there's our rod.
Well, so here is the good. Here's the way you can almost angle it now. Before you found that ship, you had to keep checking things because you can't access anything until you have a boat of some kind.
Sure.
Now that you have the ship, if you want to kind of ease off the key item checks and go, like, try to get enough levels on that black belt to where you won't hate life if you find that floater, now that option's available to you. You have plenty of places to look.
I think a strong play here is going to be first floor Earth Cave, to look for any tile that's going to get this party off of the ground and let us survive something ambitious like Volcano or Ordeals or Ice.
Yeah, I mean, you do have, what, 3 tiles on Earth 1 that have different encounters, so yeah. Now, I do have to agree with you there. Now, here's the other thing to think about. We keep talking about how you don't want to promote those black belts, but at this point, we've seen the Cat Claw plus 2s. Is it almost worth it at this point to say, you know what, forget the black belts. I'm going to just go fighter thief strats. I've got life for the night. The thief's got some black magic. Yeah, it's not a lot, but it's enough firepower to get me going.
It's a question of ribbons, which we have one. One will be good for the 1 black belt. Ooh, sorry, a tile found in Northwest Castle. How killable are they? Nope.
They have thunder, so not.
It's gonna be a pass. So yeah, the question is, how many black belts are we planning on fielding when we get to Topher? If the answer is 1, we only need the 1 ribbon we have. So then, just promote whenever.
So the only reason I wouldn't necessarily immediately go, well, the ribbon's more than enough. The Masters at low MDef growth isn't a problem for elemental spells, but you had that black belt with a ribbon has nothing to protect them from nuclear or nuke.
Sure, except that's true. They'll be taking high damage from those, but with the plus vitality we got from Blurst and from the fact that after 30 black belts become insane, their defense is just going to be an enormous just bag of health. We're just going to spend, there's an incoming nuke. It did 350 damage. We're still not down to half health. Time to keep punching. That's basically our strategy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where I guess the fact you have to take someone to level 40 would make me feel a little bit better about that, but that just sounds like a recipe for you to, like, just bang your head against a wall of Kraken 2 or Tiamat 2 busting out nuclear for the first 2 turns, and suddenly your black belt is a smoldering cinder on the floor.
Okay, so Dem0nfr0g has opened himself a Pandora's box. We got a black shirt. Ordinarily, it's time to bust out the pom-poms and do the cheer dance happy hooray. Let's look at row 1. Let's look at one of their lit tiles that says use no caster items. Now we need to really think to ourselves, how badly are we committed to this row 1? Because we do have another option. We could just swallow our cough medicine and do the bottom left, top right diagonal. Or we can keep living the dream.
So, I feel like in this situation, if I'm Dem0nfr0g, I swallow the pill.
Yep.
I haven't equipped any swords yet. I have a viable in-game weapon in that cat claw. I have to promote because I'm going to, at some point, I'm going to have that floater probably. Actually, that is a question. If you never see the floater or the tail, that works for column 3, row 3, right?
Yeah, that counts as not promoting.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, like, even though you know that the tail, because, like, let's just assume you got the floater. If you know that the tail is in one of, like, waterfall or ice, you don't have to do them to narrow down where the tail is to find the tail. You can just say, I didn't find the tail.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Dwight gets the great news about Thunder Saryas.
Yeah, I guess if you're in their shoes at this point, you have to sit there and go, all right, I guess I have to hold off on the black shirt until I make the decision whether I'm going to, go black belt strats or go fighter ninja strats. Because I think that's the decisive factor.
While that is a factor, we have to level to 40, so we're already screaming black belt at the top of our lungs. Combine that with the fact that, dang it, our floater dream is dead. Combine that with the fact that we have a caster item, which enables so many other tiles that wouldn't otherwise be black belt grinds to become black belt grinds. Like, this is neon sign hitting me over the head. Black belt forever. Start it.
Yeah. I guess I'm just thinking in terms of... I don't know. It's one of those things where I feel like it's a situation where... I guess it just comes down to whether or not you can find that good grind tile.
Exactly, yeah. That's true.
Because I think that's a decisive factor, now that I'm thinking about it. Because if you can't get that black belt leveled soon, you really want to just go ahead and promote. Because at that point, you've got weapons for 2 of your party members, and your black belts can just be glass cannons.
Right. So we've got Dwight inspecting the tiles in Earth Cave. First one we found was Ogre Groger, and the second one we found was Gargoyles with Stare. It looks like we're just going to take this Ogre Groger fight for a little bit, just to kind of edge towards level 10, just for safety's sake, before we check out this third tile on the floor.
And yeah, that I think is the other factor. That's what bugs me about the Equip No Sword Square. Before promotion, there just aren't that many good weapons unless you luck into an axe that got blessed that aren't swords.
Yeah. Every scenario I'm coming up with like a serviceable early game weapon is, oh yeah, you can use one of these if it rolls up.
I mean, they have a power staff that they found in Northwest. And yeah. Okay, the power staff is better than...
Oh, hello, Worm Tile. Hello,
Okay.
Tile. Okay, this is... Oh, Worms with Lightning too. Okay, that's
Never
even worse
mind.
news for right now. This is not a tile that we can take right now. If we come back to this with level 21 black belts, this is going to be amazing.
Yeah, no, that is definitely how you're getting to level 40. Like, 100%. That's how you're getting to level 40. The only question is, when do you get to start using it?
And worth noting, even the black shirt won't save us from that tile at our present level, because Worm Melee is nothing to sneeze at, and the Lightning 2 just makes it even worse.
Yeah.
So we had a bit of a route divergence, but Dwight is headed to territory that Dem0nfr0g's already covered, going to get his loot from the old men at Crescent. Meanwhile, Dem0nfr0g checking the grind tiles in here, hoping against hope that there's something he can use, and that's going to be 2 no's and a not right now.
Yeah. I think at this point, it might behoove Dwight to at least take a look at the random encounters around Crescent.
Yeah, if we come up with Peds or Giants or something, that would be okay.
Yeah. Out of habit, checking the level 6 magic. Demon did not see the worm tile.
Interesting. I wonder where he's headed. He's probably headed for the incentive? Because I don't remember him picking up Rod. And so our incentives that we can hunt down right now, Earth is an option, Ordeals is an option, Ice Cave is an option, Volcano is an option.
Yeah.
I think just those.
Yeah, so one thing I forgot I was going to bring up. One thing about finding that loot, though, does open up the possibility of just saying, you know what? Can I fulfill all of my objectives without another key item?
Yeah, that's the real fun, I think, of this bingo flag set I usually, at least in many of my practice seeds, I see like loot and key pretty quickly out of the gate, and then it's just like, okay, what's preventing me from going forward? Like, how many of these tiles do I still have to light up before I can just throw the brick on the gas and go for it? And looking at this map, we need
a grind tile.
Well, we need a grind tile.
And we know where the rod is. We need money and levels.
We also need Lich Floor, which may or may not be what Demon's after right now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We know where the rod is. It's a vendor item. So we just need the money to buy it, come back here, do Lich 1, and we're done. In terms of things we need.
Right.
And then at that point, it's just a question of, are you doing row 1, or are you doing bottom left, top right? Because either way, you don't need any other key items.
So Demon has committed to using caster items each time. We needed that black shirt to get us through the vampire fight. Looks like we didn't move the black shirt before we found this wizard fight. But that silver axe is doing work.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like the black shirt would have done us much good anyway. Like, you
So-
still would have been finishing those wizards off but by hitting them.
So we've got top left to bottom right, and now it looks like we're committing to either column 2 or bottom left to top right.
Yeah, and either way, probably well, no, because, yeah. I think if I'm in Dem0nfr0g's shoes, column 2 sounds really good right now. I can get to Ice Cave, and I'm still looking for something that I can, use for levels if I still want to. I have to find something to use for levels.
Now here's something else to consider, and I'm not sure if this is mind games or if this is I'm checking something off so I can pivot into it later, but Demon has marked off the bats in Ice Cave. That enables column 1 or row 4. I remember from level 4 black magic we have technical access to Brack. So technically we could attempt bracketing a Kraken. I wouldn't, but it is a choice that you are capable of making.
I mean, statistically speaking, we can do it.
Sure, but if we're wrong, that's a heck of a run back. Meanwhile, defeat Tia with Bane. I do not recall seeing Bane. Let me go to our handy dandy tracker notes, sponsored by DBS.
Yeah. I don't know if we've seen Bane, but
we have not seen Bane unless it's in level 3 black.
Yeah. But again, yeah, no, I mean it's one of those things. I think it's what, a 22% chance of landing Brack on Kraken, 22, 24, something like that.
Yeah, it's somewhere in that range, yeah.
Yeah, so you might have to make a couple of trips down to Kraken, but you get to use swords, you get to use caster items, and you don't have to run all the way around on Carrie's floor. The last one's not as important as the other ones, but it is still annoying to have to do the Carrie floor thing.
It's true. Weighing the options here, weighing the price tag of attempting to Brack Kraken off of only 4 charges, with a thief that could die at any second versus a Kraken, weighing that versus equip no swords in a party where I'm going to have a 40 black belt, I have to really, really, really want to equip a sword I just picked up.
Well,
to want to commit to that.
Yeah, I was going, but it opens the option up. Is what I'm getting at. But
yeah,
but again, the other thing to take into consideration, we still don't have a grind tile.
It's true.
And I think that's a factor that you can't get away from.
Right. So Demon headed off to Ordeals, yet another place of potentially okay experience, as Dwight unchecks the equip no swords. Because he's got him a katana +2.
Yeah. I can't blame him on that one. So he may be committing to the no caster item wagon.
Meanwhile, Dem0nfr0g having trouble with his very first Zomble, which unrunnable, cast Lightning 2. Hope we got heal pots. Alright, we got heal pots.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it's... but that katana +2, that'll do the job.
Ooh, 2 Zombles, 2 lit 2s. It takes us 1 or 2 rounds to get through these.
But that ribbon, I think, is on Demon's Thief, so the lit 2 is a lot less scary.
What's after Lit 2? It's just Slap. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, made it through. Meanwhile, Dwight is fulfilling the visit every room on Lich 1 floor. Picked up the rod at some point, so we're going to do this lovely little circuit. Talk to the NPC that says Narek has the key, which we already knew.
Well, this is not a very useful spike tile. But
Yeah.
let's see if the chests are actually of use here.
Silver armor plus 5 is kind of really good. That's right up around fire armor territory. Well, technically steel because no resistance, but whatever.
I thought I saw something opal, and
Opal shield, I believe.
if that adamant turns into an airship, that might make the worms not necessarily viable, but doable.
Demon very happy to be able to use caster items for the unrunnable firefight, because the melee on these things can very, very, very much take down a party at low levels.
Yeah, and his fighter doing the what one does in a fire situation, using the axe to create a fire break.
Meanwhile, Dwight Destel taking on Lich in one of the most vanilla scenarios I've seen in the longest time. We have 3 melee people, we've got no magic, Lich dies anyway. Anticlimactic all around, here's level 12.
Demon opting to take a second fight with these fires. I guess they're not hitting hard enough to discourage him.
No, we're probably flushing our what heal pots we have remaining, with the knowledge that we're about to go hand in this adamant Canarias right there. We can just buy more heal pots, and boy do we need levels right now.
Yeah, no, like, Demon is at level 12. This will probably push him to what, 14?
Probably. Yep.
Also, I didn't see what the fires have that poisons. Is that their touch attack, or do they have a poison skill?
I believe it's touch. Dwight's gonna try taking on the worms with his katana plus 2.
Yeah, you got a ribbon, you got a katana, it did you no good?
Yeah. Well, they have skills too, and one of them is heat. Cool.
Well, no, Fizzle, that's the opposite of what heat does.
Oh, I'm easily confused.
It would be cold if it were cool.
Oh. So we noped out of that worm fight pretty really quickly after our katana wielder of destiny went down before we could swing. So we're just going to go ahead and head elsewhere. Meanwhile, Dem0nfr0g still on the fire grind, but we've lost the black belt. So if I had to guess, I'd probably say that this is going to be our last one way or the other.
Yeah. DVS, though, pointing out in chat, that heat is a fire elemental skill or spell.
Mm-hmm. It's true. One of the many that we could have come across. We could do heat, we could do scorch, we could do cremate, we could do blaze, we could do inferno.
We could do confusion.
I mean, kinda, sort of, a little bit. Oh, come on, Dem0nfr0g, make it. You can make it out. Oh.
Well, he's not going to do column 4 no matter what, because he's already given up equipping no swords.
Right.
So we don't have to care. So he's not going to be able to quack the Lich.
So Dem0nfr0g taking a costly wipe at the end of Ordeals, trying to do a little bit of a cheeky fire elemental grind, but he paid for his sins. Meanwhile, Dwight is in the river system. My guess is Volcano.
I mean, if he's going for row 1, that's the last thing he's got to do before his grind.
My guess is an armory dig, just for things, and then also check the.
But
two
he's
tiles
not
that are
going
on
to
that
Volcano.
floor.
No, he is going to Volcano. I thought it was in a different part of the river. Okay, yeah. No, wait, no, yes.
Yeah, volcano. Here we go.
Yeah. That river on the southern continent is one of those I can never quite remember.
Yeah, there's some... It took me the longest time to just kind of memory hole the one river fork that you're just like, oh, this is where I want to go. Oh, it's a dead end, and it wasn't a dead end until you literally went one tile into it, and the map scrolled just enough to see it.
No, see, like, for me, my thumbs know exactly where to go. It's just that my brain has no idea what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, okay. just you go where we need to go, and I'll just trust you, and I will never remember how to get anywhere.
Mm-hmm. So we found our slime tile. Without a mage staff, that's not really going to be a doable tile for this party. Doubly so for Dwight, who seems committed to the no caster items path. Chat pointing out that Fire 3 is level 4, and while that is true, that's 4... You can take the slime fight 4 times, and then you have to walk outside, which is...
Well, not
surely
just
we can do better than that.
Not just walk outside, you've got to go back to a town if you're Dwight.
Oh, it's true, yeah.
Because, again, if he's committing to that row 1 play...
Mm-hmm.
That being said, like, I do like that Brack is on the table, because at least it gives them an out.
Mm-hmm.
If they hit a point where row 1 and bottom left, top right are not viable, they do still have the out of going to column 1. And yeah, that means they have to Bracken the Kraken, but...
Alright, and Dem0nfr0g, in search of anything better to do, is pulling up to the Onrak continent. We're going to bypass Caravan for now. Probably just going to restock items at... we're also going to restock party members at Onrak, and then probably go check out Waterfall. Oh, do we still have Kill 3 Giants? We do not. Okay.
No, we do. Column 1, row 2.
Oh, but we can't. Oh yeah, no, that's a column 1 thing. It is. Okay. The plot thickens.
Well...
So Dwight continuing the path into Volcano, looking for anything that we can take a grind off of. Not this metal slime tile, though. We don't want that. That's the bad. But what about this Agama tile?
Well, we're about to find out. No, you gotta keep going until he's done healing.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no.
Return.
No.
Delete. Backspace. Hey, we found a poison skill.
Yeah. So we're never going to find out what's in that top chest in Agama room.
Nope.
Ever.
For all we care, that is just, I don't know, a leftover ham sandwich. Don't need it, don't care, not that interested. Meanwhile, Dem0nfr0g seems to have found a reliable Ghasty encounter. I'm wondering if this is off the power cycle? Because I could swear I've seen that Ghasty up there a couple times. Nah, he's just running around.
Yeah, no, I think it just got shuffled into a place.
Waterfall is definitely a good place to bring that black shirt. No, it won't do anything against the mummies, but Ice is real good against the nightmares, Ice is good against the Ghasties, Ice is good against the stupid burbs, and then we can just melee down the Mudgalls.
Ice Against Nightmares is the most satisfying feeling, because they're all, nah, you can't hit me, you can't hit me. And then it's just like, yeah, but can you dodge the cold?
So we got Great Axe, the Opal Gauntlet, some cash. We got our cube. I don't know if we want to do Sky, but I mean, it's the thing. Oh, Dwight pushing past that Rankilo tile, because we really, really, really want to know what this red D tile is.
Dwight immediately having to heal the party. He's gonna have to... So, this is the moment when you realize that you really...
Should have been cast items.
really regret picking row 1.
Yeah. Now, we can, even if we decide that, nope, it doesn't matter, we want our Agama grind in an efficient manner, we can still break the glass on column 1. It's there. Following us like a Volkswagen Beetle in the Sahara just won't go away.
Alright, so here's the question for you, Fizzle.
Yeah.
Floater can be in this chest, right?
It's true.
If Floater's in this chest and then the RN Kilos kill him, he has to come back and get that Floater and go promote, doesn't he?
Yep.
Okay, well, it was a Ruby anyway.
Yeah, we dodged that bullet, but that was a thing that could have happened.
Now he just has to get past the RN Kilos a second time.
How hard could that be? There's only 4 of them. Oh, first action run. Oh, few things feel as good as that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just going to take a tour around Carrie's floor, checking in all the pantries. Gotta make sure that housekeeping is keeping up with things.
Carry floor. Like spider floor, but worse. It's a good thing that Demon doesn't care about column 2, row 1. Because that would be really annoying.
Time to load up on houses and uncheck the thingy-mabobber.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's nothing that's stopping him from just going ahead and doing that. Because I think at this point it's safe to say, if he's not doing column 1, he's doing enough of column 1 to mess with Dwight's head.
Yeah. I mean, we have killed 1 giant, so really all there is just taking out Kraken with Bracken. Oop, and Dwight has finished the B5 survey, and on we go to carry 1. How are we going to do this? All day and pray.
I was going to say, I think that we hit Carrie until she dies.
8 hits, 8 damage out of the black belt was not encouraging. The Thief with the Katana is probably going to do something. 3 hits, 97 out of the fighter. 3 hits, 74, that's fine. Black belt damage, the Katana swing. 8 hits for 159. That's a good direction. We just need to dodge some very, very bad skills. Continuing the melee assault. Ooh, crits out of the black belt. Carry 1 goes down. Dwight really, really needed that to happen.
Yeah, I don't think he was in the mood to do the double RN Kilo shuffle second time. Because that opens up 2 key item locations.
Alright, Dem0nfr0g sailing his merry way up to turn in this adamant. What is going to lead to Floater? There is twice the chance that Ruby is going to take us to Floater, but we have the immediate response of Adamant. Let's see what happens. That's a crown.
No, well, we can immediately go turn that over.
Sure. Adamant to Crown, otherwise known as the, and now a word from our sponsors of Final Fantasy Randomizer.
Dun, 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 dun,
All right, now that Adamant turned into a bottle. All right, well.
Well, we know that doesn't lead to the floater.
Yeah. Now we're just gonna punch Astos a bit, hold up a black shirt.
Still decent experience.
Mm-hmm. Just after 46 minutes, and basically the situation we've got going on here is both runners want to and do not want to find the floater. Because we really, really, really would rather find anything to grind on, and Dem0nfr0g's gonna try Saria's again.
He now that he's willing to use that black shirt, that does help.
It helps until we eat 4 thunders to the face.
Has he actually seen that the Sarias have thunder?
Yeah, both runners definitely saw that Saria's had thunder.
Okay.
Okay, this is why we're committing to this. They seem to go down to a black shirt. Semi-reliably.
Who does he have the black shirt on? Because I feel like he needs to move that onto his thief or his fighter.
Well, we're currently trying to figure that out, but it looks like it's going to stay on the black belt, but we're going to hand him a ribbon.
Okay, he may be planning to try and get his black belt enough experience to start contributing.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Dwight checking out Ice Cave to see if anything is better or at least not worse in here. Dem0nfr0g losing party members at an efficient rate down to a 2-man grind.
Well, the thing about this little ice cave dip is if he sees a frost dragon, then he could pivot to column 2 and finally break out that black shirt.
That's true. It's Dem0nfr0g on the solo black belt grind as Dwight finds Shark Arts a hag. Not what we want.
They technically have a value.
That's true. Saber Team Medusa would be okay if we had magic, but we don't, so I'm kind of looking at this as a nah. Ooh, Mage's
Okay.
Blaze.
And hold.
So we're 2 for 2 on fire elemental skills so far.
And Demon already in the punching Saria phase.
Oh, looking at those thunder damage rolls. This feels. Oh, hey, second skill Toxic. That's a thing. So now we're gambling against 2 and 256.
Someone should probably let Demon know that that's not a poison elemental skill.
What, Toxic? Oh, yeah. Toxic's death element.
Yeah. Because he just checked that off, so I think he got confused there for a minute.
We have our tracker in the room, keeping track of when things are lit, when things are not lit, and helpfully reminding our runners just in case they need to check or uncheck something as we go. It's a very helpful feature.
Yeah. Demon already up to level 28, but I do have to agree with Danny on this one. He needs to go out and save these levels.
Yeah. Because we're one awkward ambush away from this all going wrong. To say nothing of one awkward 2 and 256 of this all going wrong.
I like how we say 2 and 256 instead of 1 and 128.
I know, but it's the way my mind, like, understands it. Because ordinarily it's 3 and 256, but we're using the flag that strips out one of the 0 entries from the RNG table, which reduces the chance by 1 in 256, thus making 2 in 256. Because I find that when I say it's like, oh, it's 1 in 128, everyone just goes, huh?
Fair enough. But yeah, so I don't think Dwight really found anything much in Ice Cave, except for that crystal.
Yeah, which is, I mean, we throw it on the could be floater pile, I guess.
But yeah, no, I have to agree with Danny on this one. Every time a toxic comes out, it's just like, if Demon get, just go save Demon. You have a house. You're
Demon,
not going
please.
for column 3 or row 1.
Demon, please.
just. Or no, column 2 or row 1.
Column 2 or row 1. Yeah, no, this is in the clear. Demon, please.
I mean, I guess he's trying to keep column... He might be keeping column 2 open. Because he did save north of Waterfall.
I mean, I guess?
Look, Classic, I have been trying to teach fractions to a 10-year-old for like 2 months now. I have gotten so into the habit of reducing fractions.
Alright, so Demon continuing the unsafe grind of Destiny as Dwight is canoeing back towards Crescent. Probably going to stop at the inn, maybe buy some heal potions, see what we want to do with our life from there.
Knowing what you want to do with your life, where do you think we are?
In the southeastern part of the world. So Dwight is pretty much on course to hand in that, well, actually no, this could be a Ruby turn-in. Are we doing Ruby or are we doing Crystal? The smart play says Ruby. Let's find out which dock we park at. Yep, we're headed straight for Ruby turn-in. Okay, so... meanwhile, Dem0nfr0g up to 37. We've gone this far, we might as well go the rest of the way.
Dwight might be going back to try his luck with the worms again. Yeah, that's exactly where he's going.
At this point, Dwight is pretty confident that Ruby or Crystal will turn into Floater, so this is his last-ditch effort to kind of conserve MDef before he's forced to give it up forever. Shoutouts to chat and their fun with fractions. The most important thing is that numbers just go everywhere.
Number machine goes brrrr.
Yeah.
So that worm tile's still not viable.
Nope.
But Demon has managed to get to level 40, in spite of terrifying everyone in the process.
It's true, and he's finally committed to using a house. Finally unchecked that, the use no cabins or houses, so we're committed to either the bottom left, top right diagonal or column 1. Column 1, I know he's already killed a giant. All we need now is a fire giant and a frost giant, and we've got that, but then we have to roll a lot of dice on 4 chances to brack.
Okay, again, statistically it should only take 2 attempts to brack. Like, two fights with Kraken to get the brack in.
On the other hand, this is Final Fantasy Randomizer, so if you ask me how many bracks it takes, I'm just like, 2, you're probably good to go, but if you ask some of our saltier runners in chat, they'll probably say, like, you need a minimum of 16.
You're not wrong. But we still have to try.
Mhm.
Like, I'm just saying, I would take that. I would take those odds, because worst case scenario, Kraken's not too bad to get back to unless
Mhm.
unless the Ocean Shrine is just utter and complete garbage.
It's also a question of how I want to find the two giants, because if I want fire giants, I either have to go deep volcano, which... No, wait, we need carry rooms, don't we? Okay, so deep volcano is fine.
Well, we don't need carry rooms, but yeah, that's the thing, is if you're not doing column 1, you're doing column... like you're doing bottom left, top right anyway. So you're having to go to deep volcano no matter which way you go, so...
Sure. So, we'd have to go, fourth... I think they spawn on 4th floor, but definitely 5th floor for our giants in volcano. Otherwise, we're gambling on the our giant packs in carry floor of Topher, rolling at a point in the encounter table that's not like slot 7 or slot 8.
Yeah.
Frost giants, we're headed to outside of Onrak or Deep Ice Cave, or hope that 2nd floor Topher has them in an okay spot.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be doing that gamble anyway, going bottom left to top right, because that's almost certainly how you're getting your dragons, is Topher gambling.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things, like, I feel like the trade-offs in column 1 don't... Like, really the biggest problem with column 1 is getting that Oxyale.
Mm-hmm. So Dwight is still working on this worm problem.
As our runners high five, as Demon just waves at Dwight as he runs past to go do the Lich 1 stuff.
Dwight continuing to throw himself against worms, probably on the theory that as long as he kills them once, he'll probably be set, and that's not the worst theory in the world. Meanwhile, Dem0nfr0g is going to try this lighting tile thing, see how that works out for him.
Well... but yeah, well, so far, Dwight's got 1 worm left and 3 party members alive.
Ooh, we got there. What level are we hitting? 20. Seems good. Are we gonna run? We're gonna run this out and save it, right? We're gonna run this out and save it, right, Dwight?
I mean, let him heal first. The last thing you want to do is be like, alright, I'm gonna run this out and save it, and then suddenly find out that Cobras have, I don't know, Death Touch.
Sure. And then we're just gonna chew on, like, 30 tents to get back to full health, right?
Yeah, I guess the Death Touch thing was a bad example, because then your HP wouldn't matter anyway.
Yeah, I know what you meant. I knew you meant some kind of, like, damaging AoE thingy-mabobber.
Yeah. Cobras with the bad touch. There we go.
Yeah. Alright, Dem0nfr0g, making his grand tour, is gonna find out the thing that he learned like 3 minutes into the game. Looks like Dem0nfr0g has either left the fighter face down, or something killed the fighter during
No,
the
he left the fighter face down. He only revived the thief after, finishing up with, the grind.
Interesting.
Well,
Hold mighty ledge. Oh.
Well, okay, here's the thing. He's got to keep the thief up and moving, because, he's got to go kill Kraken. So he needs that
True.
thief to become a ninja.
What level is that thief? Has that thief hit 14 yet?
I think that thief might be 16 or 17, but
Mm.
it's not that big a deal. He just goes back to Northwest and kills Sarias until that thief's got all four
Sure.
charges. Like the experience split between two characters on the Sarias is not going to slow him down that badly if he wants all four charges.
Right. That's
And
fair.
yeah, either way, he is going to want enough levels on that thief to be able to survive long enough to dump Brax onto Kraken.
Mhm.
So,
Alright.
yeah,
I
I
buy
don't
the
hate.
logic. So, just after the hour mark, no completed bingo lines yet, but that I feel like is largely due to our lack of floater. Dwight is in search, like as soon as Dwight completes a grind tile, he's actually dangerously close to full go mode, whereas Demon has already done his grind tile and is now kind of catching up progression wise, but they both really want that floater.
Yeah. So I think Demon is going to go ahead and do row 1, column 5, and leave that option open to do the diagonal. Possibly also going ahead and looking for that floater while he has the chance.
Mm-hmm. Did we see Crystal? I don't believe we've seen Crystal.
We have.
Did we?
It was... I have no idea where it was. I'm sure it's in the tracker's notes, but I don't feel like
We
leaning
sure
forward.
didn't, because there's our Oxiel.
Yeah. I don't feel like leaning forward to click over to the Discord tab to look.
It's
I am
true.
quite comfy at the moment.
Yeah, leaning back comms is really the best way to do comms, because then everything is just fine.
Yeah.
So Demon encounters the slime tile and says, nope, I don't want that. Finds a white shirt.
Okay, so DVS does confirm it was found in Ice Cave. That crystal.
Okay.
But yeah, actually, okay, this does... Okay, Elf Prince has the floater.
Elf Prince has floater, which herb was from... Wait, where was the herb from?
Wasn't that Sarda?
Sarda? Yeah, Sarda. Sarda or Titan, one of the two. So, Dwight is off to do his promotion thing.
Mm-hmm. Remembering that the quickest way to the floater from Elfland is to just go through the Swamp of Sorrows.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, okay, so I think I see the logic that Demon's going for here. He doesn't know if he's going to get his hands on the Oxyale, so column 1 may wind up being not viable.
True.
But, so by keeping that diagonal open as long as he can, he assures himself that, you know, he can pivot if it's like, okay, I can just go ahead and do this.
Right. And there's also the thing of, with the 40 black belt, yeah, we don't really need swords anymore, so we can just keep Equip No Swords on forever and have it no longer really impact us.
Yeah. Okay, so he's lit up the kill 3 different dragons square, so I know he killed a, Gas D, Zombie D,
Yeah.
and Red D.
Yep, those are the 3 Dargans. And if he is lucky, he will see and survive stone poison in about 3 seconds. There we go, we did it.
Now we just gotta do it a second time. I would assume, Luffy, that his thief is swinging a dagger of some kind.
Yeah, question in chat. If he has on equip no swords, what is the thief swinging? I saw him buy early on a silver dagger +5. I assume that is what he still has equipped.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, because it's the literal best possible weapon this thief can have.
That's better than some vanilla swords that the thief can equip.
Yeah. Alright, so Dem0nfr0g is going to systematically dismantle a carry real quick as Dwight does the promotion dance.
Is it really systematic if it's just like tying her?
I mean, it's still a technique, right?
But that's not a system.
It's kind of a system. Like you do the atas, the ata-ta-ta-tas in like a very specific manner so that the head goes boom. Because something pressure points the 80s.
I actually shared with my girlfriend the other day the clip from the anime when Kenshiro blows up a tank with his bare hands. Because that is just the single most Fist of the North Star, 2 minutes. Like, everything you need to know about Fist of the North Star is condensed into those 2 minutes. Alright, so Demon has the ruby, which is going to put him on the path to the floater if he follows up on it.
Right. And Dwight has gone back to the worms, gonna make this work. Probably right near making this actually work.
Well, yeah, he's got the cat claw for his knight, he's got the katana for his ninja, and he's got fists for his black belt.
Now, I'm looking at this here bingo board, and what I see is a level 40 away from Dwight hitting go mode.
Yeah.
And I see Dem0nfr0g finding his way to Sarda and turning an herb away from go mode. I have to give the edge to Demon right now.
I do too. And Dwight has a Maza? Where do you find that?
I missed where the Maza was found, but hey, when you don't have to worry about not equipping swords, it turns out the katana and Maza are really good.
Yeah, no, Demon, I think Demon is going to hit that go mode first. But Dwight at most, I feel like, is only going to be 3 or 4
Oh, that's where
minutes
Maza
behind.
was from. Maza was from Titans, but it's Maza -5.
I would equip the cat claw over the Maza -5.
Oh, I did the math recently, and I think Maza still wins, but it's gonna be ugly.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have the crit chance than the extra damage.
Crits hate me, and dice hate me, and I hate dice and RNG, so we'll just stick with base power and see how that works out.
Look, I'd say that dice hate me, but my last GURP session involved my character lashing himself to the helm of his airship to shoot at a lightning elemental.
I mean, that's just style. So, Dem0nfr0g making it back to his boat as Dwight continues fire-hosing heal pots like there's no tomorrow. Down to 2 characters, which means 2 characters can survive a worm fight. Six hits, so we're still in the mid-20s range. Did that worm run?
I don't know.
I feel like that worm ran.
What if you wanted to grind a tile, but the worms were too scared of you?
Oh, that's when we flip the DVS corpse up into the top slot because the morale checks are based on the top slot, not whoever is alive, just the top slot.
Question in chat, what are the poker chips for? They are to indicate which line the runners selected for their opponent to have to do. In this case, both poker chips are on top left to bottom right because the runners opted to force party members.
Uh-huh.
And so there were only like 3 viable lines at the beginning of the seed. More have opened up since we discovered we can do things, but...
Right. Yeah. And the 3, the 3 open lines was potentially the better of the couple cards that we rolled. I don't think we ever hit the dream of not possible, but I know we had, I think, 2 that were, you can only do these 2 rows, have fun.
Yeah.
So Demon doing the promotion dance. No longer has to worry about bracketing a Kraken. We can just storm into Topher.
Yeah, and this is a pretty solid setup he's got.
Meanwhile, Dwight just crossing past 36 with this 2-man grind. Question in chat. What's up with Dem0nfr0g's Master Map Man? That is a sprite of Yang from Final Fantasy IV.
Yang is not a strong believer in shirts.
Or wait, I don't think it's Yang. I think it's just the Fabul monk. I forget which one it is, but it's definitely Final Fantasy. Yeah, it's Final Fantasy IV inspired.
You can tell it's Yang because of the eyebrows.
Yeah. Question chat: what happens if it ends up being not possible? Do we re-roll? We can pretty easily determine what is and is not possible just by looking at the card and looking at the forced party. And in the scenario where it's not possible, yeah, we just re-roll the card.
Demon, what are you doing?
What are we doing?
Oh, he's getting he. I think he did see the worms before. He's coming back here to get levels on that ninja, so that he has access to Timber and Saber.
Okay, but why though?
He might also be looking for a lock.
Okay, but why though? Our scaling today is only at 200% for bosses. If we're in search of 42 and we were at like 40, maybe, but that was 10 hits. Like, we're already there.
Okay, he's definitely looking for magic on that ninja. Because he immediately went to check the magic slots, and he has 2 now, so...
Which is nice, but I don't know what we're going to use it. Like, Temper is okay, and Temper on a black belt of that level will be neat. Fast would have been amazing, but we're locked out of it by virtue of the card.
Maybe... No, he's going after Lock 2. Okay.
Interesting. Must be really, really afraid of a max roll of aid.
I think that's what it is, but because of that, Dwight is the first runner into Topher. And I don't know what the Frost Wolves or the Ice Giant had, but it must not have been pretty.
It must have been one of those... if the Frost Wolves had an AoE, even if we largely resist it, that's still going to be a lot of health potions we'd have to use afterwards and a lot of animation we have to sit through. I like the snap reset of just like, nope, don't want to deal with that. Keep going.
Lemon Kitsune, Demon cannot use fast. He is forced to take top left to bottom right. So he is not allowed to use fast. That is his forced line. Also, I don't actually know if we have access to fast, so it's a moot point, but yeah.
I could swear we saw it.
Yeah, Lock 2, I do like him taking Lock. Oh! Are you not familiar with the concept of a double anti-bingo? Well, while our runners are fighting their way through the first part of Topher, in a double anti-bingo, you have to fill 2 lines on the bingo card. One line you get to pick, but the other line is forced upon you by your opponent. In this case, both of our runners opted to force their opponent to do that top left to bottom right line as indicated by the poker chips. So they are not allowed to use fast because they are forced to do that line.
So Dem0nfr0g already caught up on the Earth floor. Dwight also on the Earth floor, having a bit of problems getting through an Earth encounter in a timely manner. Who's gonna make it to Speed Bump 2 first? It looks like Dem0nfr0g.
Yeah.
We're showing respect. I don't know why. Here's a Lich 2. Let's try some punches. Big swing with the Cat Claw for 80 damage. Punch for like 1300 damage. Simultaneous Lich 2 kills. This is why you don't show respect, kids.
Have I mentioned, by the way, that I love seeing that there is now a respect Lich flag?
Yeah, it's really great. I keep trying to not respect Lich and get punished for my sins. Here comes Scary 2. We're gonna try some punch. 10 hits for 1102. Wow, that was fast.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I do approve of Demon taking the extra moment to get that Lock 2 spell. Like, I know people have heard me say it before, but the Lock spells really are the poor man's fast. If you can't increase how quickly you hit things, just decrease how quickly they can dodge you.
At this point, we're probably conserving them for Kraken 2, maybe? We're going to try
Chaos.
Swing, 5 hits for 62. Kraken with the Cure 4, we healed that 60 damage. Time to take 695. Kraken is still there. Let's try that punch again. 7 hits for 1053, that's better.
Yeah. Yeah, Chaos is the only thing I can imagine you'd need the Lock to, because Chaos can roll some pretty beefy evade.
Kraken as well. I would have... Moving the Thief into the top slot is like, okay, we're comfortable losing this Thief. If, you know, it potentially... We might dump a Lock cast here just in case, but no, and we've got simultaneous Tia 2s. 8 hits on the bottom, 5 hits on the top. Crack! Misses Dem0nfr0g's party. More melee. We're going to wait with that useless Thief. Lightning 2 comes in, does Lightning 2 things. Dwight is through Tia 2 first. Dem0nfr0g shortly behind. Dwight spending vital time on party jiggling, gets an encounter before the floor. Dwight is going to make it to the Chaos fight first.
Yeah, it's going to come down to, how is this Chaos evasive?
We're going to test swing. 2 hits out of a katana. Punch. 8 hits for 429. We've got some evasion. We've got some health. Incoming nuclear, but both survive with massive amounts of health. 5 hits going out for Dwight. 6 hits going out for Dwight. That's another couple thousand damage. Meanwhile, up on Dem0nfr0g's side, 5 hits for 1012. Chaos still there.
Oh no!
Oh, Dwight lost Master to Bane, but the ninja's still there. The ninja is kind of capable with that katana. 2 hits for 186. Rub does rub things. And Dem0nfr0g has killed Chaos. 4 hits for 275. Dwight's Chaos is still there. 6 hits for 517. Terminated. Let's go to the official GG race time. In first place, we have Dem0nfr0g at 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 7 seconds. With Dwight in second place at 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 34 seconds. That is a 27-second difference.
I think that Lock 2 made the entire difference.
It might have. It might actually have. Rather than having 2 melee swing in, you have the 1 Lock 2 caster soften up, and then the Super Punch do the Super Punch things. Alright, we're going to see if we can get them in here for a post-race interview. Dwight's going to pass on the interview.
Understandably so. And Demon is waiting in the waiting room.
And we're joined by our winner, Dem0nfr0g. How's it going, man?
Well, that was fun. Fun.
Okay, so now that we can't hear anymore.
That's fine. So, tell us about tell us about this race. Ooh, we're also joined in the booth by Dwight. Tell us, Dem0nfr0g, tell us what went into this race, as in why you decided that 4-4 was totes awesome and totes the way to go.
That was absolutely not what I thought.
Why did you do that to us?
Okay, but why
did
though?
you do this to us?
Well, I mean, hey, 120 for 4-4 and no black mage, no white mage, no red mage. I'm pretty freaking proud of 120.
It's true. That was a heck of a run.
No, the two of you ran this seed very well, but anyway. But yeah, no, GG to both of you. That was a nail biter right at the end, as I'm sure you two have deduced.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I'm glad it was a good show. I dinked around for too long, I think, but it was a good time.
Well, no. So you actually got into Topher first, Dwight.
Interesting.
Because Demon stopped to pick up enough levels to have a couple of Lock 2 casts on his ninja.
That might have been the difference, though, those Lock 2 casts.
I'm reasonably confident that did make the difference, because that meant more damage getting dealt out to Chaos quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Did you even see the Bane, Demon?
Yeah, I think I saw 3 Banes from Chaos. At least 2. But I got my grind in before promoting, and it sounds like Dwight didn't, and that probably kind of screwed any black belt strategy that he had. I was not expecting the Saria grind to work. That was like, oh, let's try something kind of stupid, and it actually really worked well. I'm glad it did.
Danny was very upset at you that you just went straight for the grind instead of doing the thing where you get some of the grind and then take 3 steps outside, save, and turn around and walk back in.
Yeah, question for Dem0nfr0g. What do you have against overworld saving in the middle of a grind with Sarias with Thunder that could ambush you?
Reddit was fine.
Thunder and Toxic.
I don't know what it was so toxic. I read it was fine. It's fine. I was doing math, about 70 damage per Thunder, top end. I was good.
Yeah, I saw that Thunder, and I was like, nah. And I was like, Worms with Lit 2 are better than Sarias with Thunder.
Yeah, similar question for Dwight. How relieved were you when you finally managed to get through a worm pack and get, like 6 levels at once or whatever?
I was very relieved. I was like, I'm beating my head against this until I get 1 down. And once I get 1 down, I can get the rest, and that's exactly what happened, too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I just committed, because I thought about waffling and just going to find it, but I was like, no, this is the best one. I can win. I just need to just RNG my way until I win, and then I'll be fine after that. Maybe I could have done something else. Maybe, I don't know, but that's my plan.
I saw that tile, and when I hit 32 on the black belt, I waffled on maybe going and swapping over. I'm like, no, the time it takes to go get my items and go back into time, I can just sit here until, I run out of heal potions, and that'll be good enough.
Alright, so question for Demon. At what point did you, make up your mind what line you were going for? Because we noticed that you kept your options open for a long time.
I initially planned on the top left, bottom right, bottom, the 2 diagonals. When I saw Brack at, what was it, 3 or 4, I knew I needed to keep that. Well, I guess I can't really keep that. What are the up and down one? Column 1 open. So I started tracking Giants, and I knew that if I needed to, I could get Brack and go do Kraken, but that was not my number 1 choice, because I didn't know how deep the floater and the tail was going to be, and charges and getting there and yada yada yada, but I definitely wanted to, just in case, keep that column 1 open.
Yeah, that was one thing we noticed as you two were kind of progressing through the seed, is column 1 was a very nice safety valve. If something came up that kept you from doing row 1 or the diagonal or column 2 or whatever, column 1 was going to be available no matter what.
You know how hard it is not to equip a sword?
Extremely
we may have remarked on that a lot, constantly.
I just said screw it, and I equipped it a sword.
Thank God I found what was it? I have the Cat Claw +2, which I guess didn't get much use, but I saw that early. I'm like, okay, that's Cat Claw +2. Might be putting some work in. And we got the Silver Axe +2 for my fighter early, and like, okay, I was able to ride those two until I got the black belt up and running.
It feels like we had the two dueling like choices where Dem0nfr0g, you found the black shirt first, so that was the case of just like, okay, do we commit to caster items, or do we hang on and hedge our bets and see if we find something? Meanwhile, Dwight found the katana, and I feel like those were the points where both of you kind of staked your flags, and Demon decided, you know what, caster items are okay, we're gonna do this now, and Dwight decided, nuts to caster items, we got swords.
Yeah,
That's exactly right. When I found that katana, I was just like, well, I'm not gonna do that diagonal now, and I'm just gonna do the top row, and we're just gonna move on with my life.
Yeah. So, we've remarked several times that, like, you guys really only had 3 options for lines at the beginning of the seed. So I guess there really wasn't too much thought, it's just, like, strategy involved in choosing which of the 3 to force. But was there any consideration of an alternative to the line you both forced?
No, I was pretty confident that was the worst line, and we chose it for each other. So that just kind of reinforced the fact, yeah, that's definitely the worst line. Because we agreed on the party, so we said, all right, well, we can't force any of the Bane Brack kills, we can't force any of the 0 or 3s, and seeing only the ninja or the potential ninja do not use fast really blows. Promote as soon as possible. If you have a black belt, that can be really bad.
Which I found out.
Yep. And then, digging for the poison elemental skill or whatever. Like, that was, I think, a pretty clear winner for the worst tile that we could actually choose for each other.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, no, the thing I love about Double Anti-Bingo is finding out the thoughts on, like, what went into your forced row. So, thank you.
So, Dem0nfr0g, you are on to fight one tracker extraordinaire DVS. Thoughts on the matchup?
I hadn't put much thought into being in the winner's bracket, so not really. I'm kind of scared.
So, Dwight, there's a good chance you're going to get a chance to have a revenge tour on Dem0nfr0g at some point in the future. Are you going to do the forced party thing again, or are you going to leave your options open to torment him better?
Hey, I'm not really sure. I would do the forced party thing again. It was pretty fun. The entire thing was kind of fun. It was nice trying to strategize which line I was going to take. Man, just think about Demon. Think about how fast we could have done this, how we could use magic.
I know, right? I have to imagine y'all saw me freak out at level 2 nuke. I'm like, no.
So Dwight, you, your opponent isn't known yet, but you will be on to face one of either Burt Reynolds or the Hangry Canuck. Thoughts on which one of those races you're more scared of and why?
All right, so both of those guys are really good, and I've never raced Canuck before, even though we tried a couple of times. So that should be fun. And I've played against Burt lots of times, both excellent. I think I'm probably more scared of Burt, I guess. But like I said, I've never raced Canuck, and I know he's an OG. So either one of those runners are both dangerous. So.
That, and apparently Canuck's been practicing.
If Canuck has been practicing, I'll have to mail 12-pack of beer to his house, and then that'll so I get an edge. Or maybe that would hurt my chances.
Yeah,
I think about that.
Yeah,
That might hurt my chances.
Yeah, I was going to say it's kind of dangerous to bank on Canuck not being high functioning.
What? I lose the first round and I have to either face Burt or Canuck? What kind of tournament is this?
Behold, the loser's bracket.
Finish the seed 30 seconds faster.
I know, I should have. But then I would have had to race my partner, DVS. That'd have been awful too. I did want some revenge on DVS too, so I'm a little sad for that. So, for knocking me out of the Chaos Rush tournament. So,
Hey Dwight, if we go into the losers bracket, let's do 4 Forced again. It couldn't possibly be worse.
don't say that.
Y'all are gonna get 3 thieves and like just
3 thieves and a white mage, ready to go.
I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm in.
go.
Give me a white mage. I'm in.
just
All right.
draft like normal people next time.
All right, let's move this on to final thoughts. We'll start with our winner, Dem0nfr0g.
This has been a lot of fun. I love the aspect of being able to see the card and like. So my entire decision making behind getting those lock charges was seeing that Dwight didn't have the 2 lines yet. Like, oh, I got time. And as soon as I got to the tile, he glittered. I'm like, oh no, I gotta go. So this is just a really different and fun way to play. And I'm just looking forward to keep going.
Yeah, and so I knew I had the same thing, Demon. Sorry to take that, but this was a really awesome part, and this will be my final thoughts as well. I saw Demon. I went to the Earth Cave to start digging around there, and then I saw Demon light the save in the north of Waterfall, but he hadn't lit the promote as soon as possible yet, and I knew he had the tail from the king, even though I screwed up and had to go back to get the tail because I had actually died after I went and got because I checked early king. But, and so I knew that the floater probably wasn't up there. And so I kept digging around on the bottom for it. So I never went up to the northern continent.
All right, and my partner in crime, Bloat. Final thoughts.
See, all that I'm hearing is that we need to start making plans for a lockout bingo tournament in the future.
Is that where you have to like complete an entire card?
Well, no. Lockout bingo is where you're both working the same card, and once one person completes a tile, the other person is locked out of it. So it's a race to be the first person to complete 13 tiles.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Let's do that with 4 Force. That can't possibly go wrong.
I mean, if you take out all of the character squares and do the normal one forced melee, 1 forced caster, and then 2 can be anything, odds are pretty good you can you'll have a viable card. But that's a problem for future us. Fizzle, why don't you get us out of here?
All right, I'd like to give a shout out to RPG Limit Break for hosting us. Huge special shout out to the unsung hero of this run, Dark Moon EX. For without him, literally none of us would be here on tonight. And shout outs to DVS for the tracking, for Wout, for the community, for myself. My name is Lorfin Borfin, and we will see you next time. Have a good night, everyone.